Hello everyone, Jilles Groskamp here from Team Infinity. Today in this video I want to talk about the Infinity IF15-2 and I want to talk about the option parts for the car. At the moment I will start to build a car for a customer, and this customer is a Chinese customer who wants to join the World Championship in Thailand. And I have already been thinking about the car setup and which option parts he should try. So I put down a few parts that I think that can help the car in general, can help him. So let's come and have a look and see which option parts might work over there, and of course I will explain you which option parts I recommend on what certain tracks. So for example, I separated the option parts in the plastic parts, so the suspension parts. As you know, we have all suspensions now also in extra hard plastic, which is the graphite part. And yeah, I think this helps a lot for the car behavior. A stiffer suspension is more consistent. It has more traction, but it's just more smooth to drive. So I definitely will build the car with this with a hard suspension, and because I feel that on most tracks that I have been now, that the hard suspension works better than the standard suspension. So come and have a look to the suspension. Yeah, and these are the different plastics. As you can see, it's the upper arm. I have the H behind, which means hard. It's the lower rear arm, and the front lower arm set is all with a H. I didn't have the hard in the hubs, but it's the same. It's the G009HB and G008H for the hard knuckle. Another option part can be the servo horn. These are two servo horns for steering and throttle, and these are aluminium. And yeah, these are they're very nice. It makes the car just drive more smooth, and it also looks nicer. Especially the throttle horn set is just more response in the throttle. So I definitely recommend both servo horns. It's G232 and G233. Yeah, talking about flex, because we have a few option parts for the flex. And yeah, this is the front bumper carbon plate. The car normally comes with a plastic bumper, and this is the carbon plate. It kind of smooths out the steering more, so it's also looks nicer. That's G115. We have the rear stiffener set. It comes, you have to screw it under the chassis. It makes the rear more stable because it's more stiff. Yeah, the side stiffener. This is a very interesting yeah, option part. For some reason, some track it works really nice, and some track it doesn't work. So it really depends on grip, track layout. But it definitely is something to try out. That's the G216. And you also have the brake top stiffener. It's kind of makes the bulkhead connect to each other in the rear. And it's also something to try out. Okay, looking to the drivetrain. Yeah, as you saw my video before with the straight drive shaft, the parallel, and the 90 degree. For sure I recommend to try out the 90 degree from the old car. It's the G059 and the G118, and it's a 90 degree pin, so the pin is a 90 degree, and it makes smoother steering, and for me it's more stable in the rear as well. More option parts, yeah, especially the roll bar. You can widen up your sway bars a little bit. The front sway bar in the kit is 2.0. I can recommend you to try 2.1 as well. In the rear, it seems that the 1.9 sway bar at some condition is quite stiff, so I also recommend you to have the 1.7 millimeter. It's a G196, and this is the 1.8 millimeter rear roll bar. It's G197. Yeah, coming almost to the end. As you know, we also have short shocks, so that means that the shock is shorter and the shock tower is lower for a better center of gravity. Especially on high traction, this helps a lot, and I feel especially the front makes a big difference. So this is the short shock set. It's a G147. You can use them both front and rear, but in this case I use it in front. And this is the front lower shock tower. It's a G215. And yeah, what I said, it makes the shock sit more low, and is for sure definitely a good option part. Coming to the end, almost. Chassis weights, also nice to have a few different weight sizes. We have 28 to 20, 14 and 9.5. Here I have 20 gram, it's a G121, and then W20 for the 20 gram, and this is G121 14 for 14 gram. Yeah, you can fine tune the car balance, of course, and you have to add always a little bit of weight on the car because it's going to be otherwise underweight. Yeah, the kit comes standard with plastic hexes, and I really recommend you to use the aluminium hex. That's G120. Last but not least, also for the gearing, the kit comes with 59-54, which works on most tracks. Of course, if you have a longer track or if you run in a final, I usually use the 53 gear. It's a G101753. It's a nice to have that. And if you are running on a small track and with big tire, it's also recommend you to go to 55. It's a G01755, and of course I combine this always with the pinion 16 and 21. So that's pretty much it for the option parts for the car. I feel if you don't use any option parts, the car still runs really well on track. Just out of the kit, it's a very good car. Yeah, what I say, these option parts is a little bit bling bling, and of course some of the option parts for a certain condition will absolutely help. So just decide for yourself. But anyway, this is my recommendation for the option parts. So I hope that you will enjoy this. Okay, thank you for watching my video, and hopefully see you again. Bye bye.